Hello, my name is Kyle Power, and this is my presentation on an employee's rights in public service versus an employer's right to know. Public employees have a great responsibility to conduct themselves in a manner that is acceptable on and off duty. Public employers have a right to ensure that their employees uphold the standards of behavior as employees represent the organization. Employers currently have many technologies to monitor the activities that are being done while on duty as well as off duty, and have ability to investigate activities that take place off duty that may bring discredit to the department. And behaviors that bring discredit to the department while being done off duty create a nexus to the workplace, and an employee can be scrutinized for those behaviors and activities. In this presentation, we will review how a nexus can be created to the workplace through social media. As a union president, I've represented many employees and have been aware of many employees that have been put into or under investigation by creating a nexus to the workplace. And most of these have been created through social media and how they conduct themselves on social media, and complaints that are filed on them to the department, which creates the employer's right to investigate and research the activities of off-duty conduct. In relation to the CBS video that covered the case of the public school teacher that was fired due to posting on social media, although this seemed like a more extreme case for the fact that she was released from her employment due to her pictures of her consuming alcohol or potentially consuming alcohol, definitely creates the theme of creating that nexus from the employee to the employer by conducting themselves in ways that may violate the standards of behavior. When public employees have images of themselves in uniform or badges, they have created that nexus to the workplace so that anything and everything on that social media can be scrutinized. There is ability for people to view these publicly, and screenshots can be made and complaints can be filed. In my case, or my experience, I can say that Facebook is probably one that is really common with creating that nexus, as employees that have Facebook accounts can be tagged in images that they do not approve of or they may not have known about. And if they are tagged in those, whether it's at a party or doing or being around maybe marijuana, which is legal in the state of California. However, the organization does not. They side with the federal law that it is illegal. Those are some types of nexuses that can be created so that the employee would be scrutinized, and the employer would have the right to investigate their actions off duty. Instagram as well is one where people have been disciplined due to their activities and postings of their images on their social media. Another example would be when employees are on injury and maybe they're tagged in pictures, or they are posting pictures of themselves doing things that would not really reveal that they are injured at all. Maybe they're out at the beach, or they're rock climbing, or they're going on vacation and hiking while they are in a capacity that they are unfit for work, which leads to possible fraud charges with workers' compensation. It is recommended that any public employee that does have a social media account has privacy settings to eliminate the public's ability to go into their account to see what activities that they're doing off duty. And then also on duty conduct, where social media doesn't necessarily create the nexus, but it is common for first responders in EMS scenarios that the public will have a cell phone and they will videotape the entire emergency response. And while emergency responders are conducting themselves and acting professionally, it must be remembered that people can videotape and post it freely and possibly highlight any type of negative interaction that the public has with the responding personnel. and that it could create not a nexus, but create discredit to the department where the employer can further scrutinize that emergency call and the complaints that may be attached to that service. In conclusion, we talked about an employee's rights to privacy, as it is an employer does have the right to have social media accounts. However, they need to conduct themselves in a professional manner while posting images of themselves or possibly being tagged in photos. It is recommended that privacy settings are made on each individual account to limit that ability for the public to scrutinize the activities of an employee. Off-duty conduct that is questionable and that is memorialized on a social media account can be scrutinized if there is any type of complaint, an external complaint to the department, whereby the organization does have the right to investigate and determine if a nexus has been created and discredit has been proved that there has been some discredit to the department, as public employees do have a great responsibility to conduct themselves on and off duty in a professional manner. Thank you very much.